guys. Today we're going to be talking about my fourth great grandfather, William Columbus Hart. This is a photo of him from 1861 when he joined the army. And we're just going to be going into his life, okay? Right. This is on his find a grave. William Columbus Hart, we don't really know his exact birth date, but he was born around 1840, 1845 time frame, and he was born in Wake County, North Carolina. He was a sergeant. That was his rank. And he is buried at Flat Rock Baptist Church Cemetery in Lewisburg, Franklin County, North Carolina. Here's his tombstone right here. It says 1840 here, but we don't know if that is correct or not. He was part of Company A, 15th North Carolina. And yeah, we're just gonna go into this. All right. This is on Antietam website, yeah, right here, and I'm just gonna be reading this. Corporal William Columbus Hart, he was a lot of different ranks. His highest was sergeant of the 15th North Carolina. Okay. From Franklin County, he enlisted in Company E, 15th North Carolina Infantry, and mustered as private on 16th of May, 1861. He was promoted to corporal in February 1862. He was captured in action at Crampton's Gap on South Mountain on September 14th, 1862. And for South Mountain, he has something here. Here, yep. Right here, we have. He represents the 15th North Carolina on the plaque at South Mountain. One of the plaques that are at South Mountain. Here it says Private William C. Hart, Company E, 15th North Carolina. And he just represents the 15th here at South Mountain. So, yeah. So, he was held at Fort Delaware until transferred October 2nd to Atkins Landing, VA, Virginia. He was exchanged on November 10th, 1862. He returned to duty at about the end of 1862. He was promoted again to sergeant on December 11th, 1863, and was wounded by gunshot to the chest, probably at Spotsylvania Courthouse, VA, on May 10th, 1864. He was with his company when it was surrendered at Appomattox Courthouse, VA, on April 9th, 1865. Now we're going to go into this gunshot wound here, right here. And it is, it's kind of crazy because he got shot, and we think that right after he got shot, the next day he was like, I'm fine, and he got up and he just went back to his unit, like on May 11th, because that's what everybody says what that happened on Ancestry and Find a Grave. That's what people have told me. So, yeah. A farmer in Franklin County, NC, he married Annie Bennett Hill. This is her photo. Annie Bennett Hill right here. She's also at Flat Rock. In 1866, and they had 10 children together. So we're gonna go 10 children. All right. So here on Find a Grave, what it says is Charlie B. Hart, Willie W. Hart, Mary Ida Hart, which is my ancestry, Walter Cook Hart, Benjamin G. Hart, Nicholas James Hart, Bessie Elizabeth Hart, Sally Van Norwood, Hart, yeah, Wyatt Allen Hart, and Martha Gertrude Hart. And they had kids from 1867 to 1884. Now let me look on here. This is the original photo. The other one is colorized. So let's see what I got on here. I think all of them are on Find a Grave. So I think we're doing pretty good here. Alright. Let's go back. Alright. A farmer, Franklin County, and see, he married 10 children together. He died of hypothermia, pneumonia, at age 45 or 42. His youngest child, Martha Maddie Gertrude, 1941, was not yet 1 year old. So he was having kids when he was really old. And all of his service information is down here. Service information from the roster, Chesterman detailed bio, Gathland State Park, and other details from his test notice and rail news. His gravesite is on Find a Grave. Source also of his picture by Sharon Schoen, born about 1840s when he died, but here it is. And he was in a couple battles here. Here's another website that has him on here. And yeah, I wrote that. Okay. He couldn't have been at the Battle of Antietam because he was captured before the Battle of Antietam. So he went in. Well, let me look up when Antietam was. I think it was September 11th through like 14th, right? When was the Battle of Antietam? September 17th. Okay.
Confederate General Robert E. Lee's Army of Northern Virginia and Union Major General George B. McClellan's Army of the Potomac near.
So, I don't think he could have been here. Wait. When was the Battle of South Mountain? Yeah.
According to Maryland DNR, fought on September 14, 1862, the Battle of South Mountain was a critical turning point in the American Civil War.
Says South Mountain was a critical turning point in the American Civil War, the Union victories at South Mountain and Antietam, fought 3 days later, led President Abraham Lincoln Emancipation Proclamation. So he was captured at South Mountain, so he couldn't have been at D-Day. I mean, not D-Day, Antietam. Why did I say D-Day? Here's a picture of it. So, what he would have been doing, I guess. Here. It's a big photo here. Stock photos. So yeah. And according to, one second. According to Sandra Stallings, which is one of my family members, according to her, William Columbus Hart was very famous in his unit. He was known for delivering a letter under enemy fire crossing a river, like going through the river, trying to deliver a letter. And also, there was a Union soldier said that was hanging by his thumbs, and then William Columbus Hart cut him down. So I don't know. That's just what she said that the family passed down. But yeah. So she's on here. She is let me just go down the line. She is the granddaughter of Mabel. Right here. Yeah. So that is her line. My line is right here. Walter Preston O'Brien. And so, and this is where because we mentioned May 10th, 1864. That is the day that Edmund Crabbe was killed. So we were thinking that that William Columbus Hart was heading to that area where he was shot. The area with Emory Upton's charge. Just go up here. John Fletcher Bible 2. Here it is. So, Edmund Crabbe was killed on May 10th. And we think that he was going to Upton's charge. So if you want to learn about Edmund Crabbe, I have another video on this channel that I posted before, like a year ago, because I haven't been posting on this channel in a long time. I might post more, I might post less, I don't know. And then I'll do a whole thing about him. Well, actually, yeah, because we're not on that side of the family yet. Let me go down here. So, I think we've gone pretty deep. Actually, I could just go really, I don't have to actually go through all this. Just, can actually go pretty deep into his service through all these records and family stuff. I think we can go deeper to him than Edmund. So all of this stuff here is all the stuff that we just went over is a lot deeper than what we could go through in Edmund's service, because we know specific things that he might have did or done. For Edmund, we know, but we don't know deep enough. I'm trying to dig deeper into the life of him, but Edmund. I was thinking of writing a book about Edmund and William Columbus Hart, but yeah, he seems to be a cool soldier. He fought in quite a lot of battles, and yeah. Also, there's one last thing I need to show you before we go. I have a virtual cemetery here that has not all, but all the ones that I could find on here, on Find a Grave so far. A lot of these soldiers that were in the 15th North Carolina. Here he is right here. And you could just go through, and quite a couple famous people in here. Find people. If you know somebody that's in the 15th North Carolina, you could look through this thing. You could just search up my name on here, Easton Cade Harlow. And then also I have one for the 32nd North Carolina. This one is a lot deeper. I'm still working on this one. I have a roster that I'm going through, and I'm finding out stuff about these people. A lot of these soldiers only have records about like their service, and I don't really know much other things about them. So you could go through here and see. There's a lot of names in here that you could find somebody in your family, maybe I put in here. And if you know anybody that I'm not showing on this list here that you can't find or something, tell me a name of them or something so I could put them in here or make a profile for them, because I'm trying to get all of the people that are in the 32nd North Carolina Infantry into here, into the cemetery, the virtual cemetery, and making them so they don't get forgotten. Forgotten in a while when all those records. I mean, the records are in databases, but they're pretty hard to find. And Find a Grave is a much more easier thing to find. You have to do some digging to find all the records, but Pennsylvania, I might have some things that are weird in here. What is this? This man is Union. Huh? Leave. Good boy. Alright. Let's keep going. Most of these are right. I make most of these memorials. I think I've made over probably 100 memorials for soldiers. This guy wrote a whole book about the 32nd North Carolina and its soldiers, and actually drew pictures of what he thinks they look like. So he wrote a book. He was twice wounded at Gettysburg. He wrote a book about the 32nd, the Catawba soldier. Yeah. He wrote the Catawba Soldier. That is what the book is called if you want to look it up. By Professor George W. Hahn. Catawba Soldier, if you're looking. It also has other soldiers that are from Catawba, like that are in the 12th North Carolina, because the 32nd went into the 12th. But that, if you wanted to dig into that, has a lot of cool photos and stuff of soldiers, and it has like his personal opinions about those soldiers. Personal mentions and accounts of those people, like not just like Civil War records, but like, yeah, like this photo. This is from Catawba Soldier. This picture right here. And it has all of the soldiers. Some of them, most of them don't have actual pictures, but this one, like each page has, or each other page has a photo. So, of a person. So, if you have somebody that's in the 32nd and you don't know if there's a photo of them or not, check in that book, because there might be, there might not be, I don't know, but could be worth looking. This person was one of the leaders of the 32nd, and there's not that much known about him. I had to go really deep to find stuff about him. I actually searched for a couple of days looking for him, but here's his like roster card, whatever. So he was one of the original 4, I think, that created the 32nd. There was William Taylor Williams, Henry G. Green Lewis, Edmund Crabapple, and I think that might be it, actually. There might be 3 main ones. And there's also photos of them in the it's pretty cool. There's like I think that there was like posters that they had, and they would put them up for the regiment, and it would advertise the regiment to people, like this is one. This is for the 15th North Carolina. This is one of the posters. Here's a bunch of them. Whoa. Here's a bunch of them right here. So they also have like private photos on here too, like pictures of privates. Has like all of the main people. Only for North Carolina though. I've only found ones for North Carolina. Yeah. I think there's only for North Carolina. There could be other ones too. We're just going to go through here. Here's also another one. Just going to keep going through. So this video isn't like 15 minutes long. It probably already is, but this one, he died at the same time as Edmund. This guy's sponsored. He was a minister. This is from Catawba Soldier, this picture right here. We're just going to show this real quick. It's weird, you have to double click out of the ones that you've saved to a virtual cemetery for some reason. Edmund Curry Barrable has had a couple people named after him. I think like 3 people. Two of them are part of his family, and one of them was one of his soldiers that were in the 32nd. This photo was in the book. This one too. Yep. This guy was a mayor, Catawba, I think. Oh yeah, this guy right here shot off his fingers. That's what it says on here. He shot off his fingers and got discharged. Wounded at Melbourne Hill. I think it was this guy. It might be on the back. Accidentally wounded. Try discharge again. Lost 3 fingers. July 8th, 1863. That's crazy. So this guy was buried with only 3 fingers. Or no, on one of his hands he would only have 2 fingers. I don't know which 3. Probably his pointer, his middle, and his ring finger. Be bad to blow off your thumb and your pointer finger. Yeah, because if he was shooting, just like take off those fingers. So if you're like holding it, he's probably when he was loading it, I bet. That was a couple days after Gettysburg. Wonder what they were doing back then. Yeah, right here. This is the original person that created the 32nd, William Taylor Williams. He was he might have gotten sick and died. It said he died at his brother's house. Navy orders. Yeah, his other, he has a colonel brother and a captain brother also. So they're all pretty famous. This one, he died too. So parents lost 2 kids. The other one died pretty young, 39. Well, the mom died before all of them. I don't know about the dad. He might have 2. Yeah. Going into depth for all these people. I don't know if this is the bottom. So that is all of the soldiers that I have in here of the 32nd. There is a roster that you can find on here if you search. I don't have it on here right now. I kind of forgot the name of it. I am lying. But I'll probably find it again somehow. Alright. That is all 300 that I have. There was the 32nd, I think there was about like Up to 1,000 probably. Probably. But tell me if you know any soldiers. Just read this. If you want to find me on Find a Grave, it's just under this. I've already told you that. This is my profile. Actually, I was this month. That's crazy. It's my email too, right here. But I dressed up for Halloween as Edmund Crabapple as a Confederate colonel right here. So, yeah. So, yeah. That is basically all you need to know. I know this video wasn't all about William Columbus Hart. The beginning was, the end wasn't. It was more about the 32nd, but that is just how the cookie crumbled, okay? Don't be mad at me. But this is a pretty cool photo. And yeah. So I'm going to end the video here. If you want to see more, drop a like on this video, guys. Yeah. Subscribe. Goodbye.